Good evening and welcome to CoreTV News and this hour. I am Nena Nyama. States of the Federation have started benefiting from the Special Intervention Fund of the Presidential Relief Package earlier approved by President Muhammadu Buhari. This was disclosed on Thursday at the National Economic Council NEC meeting held at the State House, presided over by Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo. While briefing the Council, the Central Bank Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, said 18 states had been able to draw from the fund as at Thursday, while a number of other states are currently being processed for the soft loan facility. This is part of President Buhari's relief package designed to help states pay back leg of salaries and also ease the financial challenges caused by the drop in federal allocation. In a similar vein, the Director General of the Debt Management Office, Mr. Abraham Wankwo, also informed the NEC that the second phase of the debt restructuring effort to the state is now in effect, with 13 new states now being considered, with 12 banks involved. The Code of Conduct Tribunal has ordered the Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase to arrest the Senate President Bukola Saraki for failing to appear for his arraignment. The tribunal chairman, Dahiru Umaru, issued the order today on the basis of an application filed by prosecution counsel Muslim Hassan. More details of the story in a subsequent bulletins. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has declared Kennedy Izuagbo, a former director of Society General Bank, wanted. 45-year-old Izuagbe is the managing director of Carlis Lee Properties and Investment Limited, a company which Senate President Bukola Saraki is believed to have shares in. EFCC, in a statement, said the former Society General Bank director is being investigated in a case of conspiracy and money laundering to the tune of over 3.6 billion naira. The anti-graft agency believes he has gone into hiding after all efforts to reach him failed. EFCC specifically says Izuagbe is linked to several shady deals and gross financial misconduct that took place in the bank, in which several millions of naira were granted as loan without due diligence. It added that the suspect is believed to have fled the country. In a related development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested the trio of Yakubu Dankaba, Yaya Baba and Usman Abdul Kahim at Area 3 of Garki District, Abuja, for their involvement in a 20 million naira fraud. The suspects allegedly posed as EFCC operatives with the aim of extorting the money from the FCT Water Board director. The Commission said in a statement that they had written a letter notifying him of an investigation but offered to help him quash it if he could part with 20 million naira. Suspecting he was about to be swindled, the director alerted the EFCC, which swung into action and caught the three suspects. The Commission planned to charge the suspect to court as soon as investigations are completed. There was jubilation at the Agor Palace Way, Okote, Lagos. Residents of the Deputy Managing Director of the Sun newspapers, Steve Nwosu, following the release of his wife, Toyin, by kidnappers. She was found around First Gate, Amuwo-Odofin, at about 2:20 a.m. on Thursday by security operatives after her abductors, who demanded 100 million naira, told her family and the police she has been dropped there. As early as 9 a.m., the residents, family members and friends trooped in to solidarize with them. Some of the visitors, including members of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, shed tears of joy after discovering that the woman has been released by her captors. Initially, reporters were denied access into the compound for security reasons, but were later allowed in after Nwosu intervened.
But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the media houses. I thank you so much. I thank God. God is just the ultimate. I thank you so much that I'm alive and I'm kicking. But one thing I will tell Nigerians is, if you are doing good, continue to do it.
I'm sorry we might not be able to give any details. The police said who had been on this case all along said day we addressed a press conference this morning, and on how this happened, we don't know. All we got to know that we were asked to pick her up somewhere.
Release was done at about 2:20 a.m. this morning. I personally witnessed that. I was with Mr. Stephen Wosu and other members of his family to receive Mrs. Toyin. She has debriefed us, and from the debriefing she gave us, we want to assure everyone, the people in Lagos and Nigerians at large, that the Nigeria police would deploy all necessary investigative tools that we have to make sure that we track those that are involved in this crime.
The anti-corruption campaign of President Muhammadu Buhari has been taken to the doorsteps of the Nigerian police force, with the leadership vowing to dismiss any officer found capable of corrupt practices. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 8, Tanko Lawal, made his known while visiting the Ekiti State Police Command as part of the tour of his command. Rashid has more.
As part of his tour to the commands under his zone, the new AIG Zone 8, Tanko Lawal, visited the Ekiti State Police Command. At the command headquarters, Lawal told the officers and men of the force that the corruption tag used in describing the police is unacceptable, calling for a change on the part of the members of the force. He, however, says appropriate sanctions await those who are found wanting.
Inspector of Police Solomon Asrasi has zero tolerance to corruption. Any officer, from the constable to the most senior officer, caught in the corruption web will be shown the way out. Once it is proven, that officer should go. And if care is not taken, we will also prosecute him. So all of us, including my humble self, is a warning to all of us.
While commending the command for maintaining professionalism, he gave an assurance of a bumper welfare package and prompt promotions for officers and men. He also ordered strict compliance to the dismantling of roadblocks in the zone.
Consider those who have acquired additional qualification while in service. That's why the other time, all the AIGs in the country, we went round, command by command, to screen these officers. Assist us in all these areas where they noticed either they are being forced to give bribe or the road is blocked. They should tell us a particular point so that we know where it occurred, and we'll question the CP.
The AIG will also visit all of divisional police commands in the state to take the gospel to all within the command, just as Ekiti citizens await the outcome, which is simply put, better policing. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
And now to politics. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it would reposition the party for future elections. Addressing journalists in Abuja, the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Olisa Metu, disclosed the need to have a national conference where issues bordering on how to reshape the party would be discussed. Metu pointed out that loads of corrections needed to be made to correct the many mistakes of the past. The proposed conference is being organized by some members of the Board of Trustees of the party, who are backed by both the board and the National Caucus of the party. We'll take a break now and return with more stories. Just stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters,
that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth. Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I said to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
This is what the people are saying. You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country. Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to your husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Because some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man. You don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
You're still watching CoreTV News, and this hour. For more of our news stories, join us on our social media platforms on Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News, and on Twitter at CoreTV News NG, and on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV News. Malaria death rate in Nigeria has reduced by 60% since 2000, translating into 6.2 million lives, mainly children, saved. This was disclosed in a joint World Health Organization and UNICEF report released on Thursday in Lagos. The report pointed out that between 2000 and 2015, the under-5 malaria death rate fell by 65%, and an estimated 5.9 million children were saved. The report further showed that the military MDG targets of halting and reversing the incidence of malaria by 2015 has been met convincingly, with new malaria cases dropping by 37% in 15 years. Nigeria's excess crude oil account stands at $2.257 billion as at September 15 this year. Oyo State Governor Abiola Jimobi disclosed this after a closed-down meeting of the National Economic Council in Abuja.
Just earlier in the day, the Accountant General of the Federation reported to us that we have excess crude proceeds as at 15th September 2015, amounting to over $2.257 billion. This was established and he confirmed the position. Other major item that was discussed had to do with the restructuring of bank loans to state government. And the restructuring was done into FGM bond, and the Director General of Debt Management Office reported as follows: that 26 states applied for the loan, that 11 states have concluded and submitted all relevant documents, that 13 states are involved in the second phase to commence immediately.
The Transition Monitoring Group says it's to deploy over 500 observers for the forthcoming governorship elections in Kogi and Bayelsa states. TMG Chairman Ibrahim Zikrulahi disclosed this at a news conference in Abuja. The coalition of civil society groups also plan to adopt the system it used to monitor the 2015 election across the country. Basi Aye now reports.
Kogi and Bayelsa states will be the focus of attention for many Nigerians come November 21 and December 5, being the dates set aside for the 2015 gubernatorial elections. And while INEC is insisting on building on the successes of the last general elections held earlier in the year, other stakeholders are keen on ensuring that the promises are kept. One of such is the Transition Monitoring Group, which says it is ready to once again put its quick count system to task. It has already deployed local and international observers on pre-election duties in each of the states.
Quick count observer will deploy to a representative radar sample of polling units in these states to track the processes and results. As always, the objective of the TMG quick count is to deter and detect electoral fraud while ensuring the votes of the people count.
We are also going to have a second layer of observers who are the roving observers who will have the opportunity to visit as many polling units as possible. In fact, if resources permit them, they are at liberty to visit all of the 2,000 plus polling units in Kogi State. As for Bayelsa State, our representative random sample as drone is going to deploy observers to 250 polling units. And this is spread in all of the 8 local governments, and nearly every ward of that state is to be covered.
TMG also wants security agencies to ensure that all political parties and candidates go through the due process of checks and scrutiny before the elections.
In line with the ongoing fight against corruption, we call on all political parties to subject their candidates in the forthcoming Kogi and Bayelsa governorship election to DSS checks and to drop any that face the DSS scrutiny. It is better to prevent corruption than spending our scarce resources to fight it.
With the governorship elections in the 2 states drawing ever close and the assurances given by INEC on its level of preparedness, groups like TMG expect that the outcome will be another testament of credibility and transparency. Basia Ye, CoreTV News, Abuja.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Thursday began the process of defending the outcome of the April 11 governorship election it conducted in Rivers State. The commission opened its defense at the Rivers State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja by calling one of the electoral officers to testify. The witness, Ebikoru Tebekame, told the tribunal that he presided over the process at Obiakpo local government area in the state. He said there was no case of ballot box snatching or multiple tampering of ballot papers, contrary to the testimonies of petitioners' witnesses. When he was cross-examined by the petitioner's counsel, Akin Olujimi, the INEC witness denied the allegation that there was widespread rigging and hijacking of electoral materials by armed thugs. He insisted the election was duly conducted in 15 out of 17 wards in the local government, adding that it was only in wards 12 and 13 that election did not take place. The police in Taraba State has arrested a number of cattle rustlers who have been terrorizing local communities in the state. Police Commissioner Ikechukwu Nwodibo said the arrest followed a strict application of intelligence and community policing initiative espoused by Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase. Uduak Godwin has more from Jalingo.
These are some of the suspects in police custody in Taraba State. The police say they are cattle rustlers, blackmailers, and armed robbers. And according to the Commissioner of Police, Ikechukwu Nwodibo, they were picked up as part of efforts to rid the state of criminal activities.
Based on strict application of the principles of safer highways, our men have been stationed on strategic locations throughout the major highways of this command. This yielded fruit few days ago when 3 suspects were arrested by our men at Lakanviri along Jalingo Yola Road in possession of an Opel car.
Already, plans are underway to charge the suspects to court.
We are applying the principles of community partnership and collaboration with the police in this command effectively. Based on that and our intelligence-led policing approach, this fellow was arrested at a primary school when he went to pick up a ransom. He is equally going to be charged to court.
He assured the public of security and also sent out a note of warning to anyone indulging in criminal activities. Udwa Godwin, CoreTV News, Jalingo.
We now move on to Kaduna, where the state government has beefed up security following the closure of 2 branches of the Assemblies of God Church in Saminaka, Lere local government area over a leadership crisis. Speaking with journalists, the special assistant to the governor on media and publicity, Samuel Aruwan, said the decision to tighten security in the area is to avert a breakdown of law and order. He also appealed to leadership of the Assemblies of God Church, Saminaka District, to reconcile themselves for peace to reign among his members. It will be recalled that Kaduna State Security Council had on Wednesday announced the closure of 2 churches, a seminary school as well as a hospital in Saminaka after government's efforts to resolve the crisis failed. Authorities of the Federal Polytechnic, AUCHI, have commended the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund, for creating a conducive learning environment in the school. Director Dorothy Kiabo hailed the intervention agency while receiving his officials who were in the school for an on-the-spot inspection of projects. Director assured the government officials that the school will make good use of the facilities and make a case for more assistance.
And I have learned so much. What I have benefited in the last 3 years, I cannot really put in words. I'm back here to be a better teacher, a better lecturer, a better researcher. And I strongly believe in myself, and based on what I've benefited, that I'll be able to impact on the students better. And in terms of administration, I also learned a lot how to administer a department. Where I studied, the program is sort of customized. If you're into teaching, you do a lot of teaching practices, which I did. I was taught how to use the social media to teach students, especially when you have a number of students. I did wikis with students. Even Facebook, which is like a play platform, was used for academic purposes. And students love it. And I know that here too, I'll start teaching from next semester. I know that students here will also enjoy it.
Normal Leadership and Citizenship Forum, a program of the wife of the Imo State, has held its quarterly empowerment program for students of secondary schools in the state. Our Imo State correspondent, Ajibade Awofesa, was at the event and filed in this report.
The wife of the governor, Norma Nkechi Rochas Okorocha, in her speech to participants says the program is designed to empower students and equip them to move to the next level. She also listed some of the strides made by the initiative.
What is most important for these students to know, if actually they not made that known to themselves, is for them to discover who they really are. Because for you to be not just any leader, but we are talking about successful leaders, leaders that will make positive impact in their position of authority. And for you to be that leader, first of all, because you already a leader, because you different in various secondary schools.
The moderators at the training program, Linus Okorie and Ubong Essien, challenged the students to look beyond just sitting in the class and see themselves as leaders.
If you have a small mind and you are given a position, the truth of the matter is that you cannot make a difference. You might be handsome, you might be beautiful, but leadership starts from the mind. How many of us want to be great here? Let me see your hand. Continue to dream. It is possible to be great. You want to become like some of the great persons he has talked about. But you cannot become like these people if you do not have the right attitude.
For the governor, Rochas Okorocha, the program is a step in the right direction that will also have a knock effect on the development of the state in the long term.
Conjugation between the men and the faith. There's what is called the release of spermatozoa. And this about millions of sperms are released into the ovum. And there's a race that takes place, called this race of all the sperms. Before they get to the egg of the woman, all the sperms died. Only one lived, and that's you.
Standing by my side, I want to believe that these are known faces, and I want to believe that God has already put together a team that have passion like Rani said, this what he's doing is something that is a dream that he has had for over 21 years. Also is my brother here. So these are a group of persons that believe in having true leadership in our society.
With these and other related programs, it is hoped that the designed effect of developing leadership and capacity in the students will be achieved. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
More stories on foreign and sports news after this break. Just stay with us.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
Be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Glad to have you back. On the foreign scene, fighters belonging to the Pakistani Taliban have attacked an Air Force station near Peshawar, killing at least 16 people. The Pakistan military's media wing announced that at least 3 security officers and 13 fighters were killed, while 25 people, including 16 security officers, were injured in this morning's assault. A rescue official, Bilal Ahmed, disclosed that 20 injured military personnel have been taken to the hospital. The assault came even as the Pakistani army is carrying out a major operation against local and foreign fighters in the North Waziristan tribal region bordering Afghanistan. Federal authorities in Mexico have captured a suspected high-ranking drug cartel member who they say is implicated in last year's disappearance of 43 college students in the state of Guerrero. In a statement, the state prosecutor Miguel Angel Gadinos Munoz announced the arrest of Guidado Lopez Astudillo, whose nickname is El Jew. The National Security Commissioner, Renato Sales, who also confirmed the detention, referred Lopez Astudillo as a intellectual actor of the students' disappearance. The government's earlier investigation revealed that local police in Iguala illegally detained the students from the rural normal school of Ayotzinapa on September 26, 2014, and turned them over to the Guerrero's Unidos gang. And now to sports. FIFA Secretary General Jerome Valcke has been suspended from his duties until further notice. In a statement, FIFA said it has received a series of allegations involving the Secretary General. Newspaper allegations and tests that implicated Valcke, aged 54, in a scheme to sell World Cup tickets for above face value. The Frenchman, who has held his role at FIFA since 2007, has however denied allegations, describing it as outrageous. Football's world governing body FIFA has been engulfed by claims of widespread corruption since May, and it has recently set up a task force to tackle corruption which aims to restore the integrity and reputation of the organization. England will kick off the 8th Rugby World Cup today when they take on Fiji at Twickenham. England, who is the host, is aiming to repeat the success of 2003 when Johnny Wilkinson's dramatic drop goal saw them become champions for the only time. About 2.3 million of the 2.45 million tickets have been sold for the 48 games. New Zealand are defending champions. Wales are in a competitive pool with England and Australia, while Ireland and Scotland also hope to progress. The 20-team World Cup, which runs until 31 October, will take place in stadiums across England and at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. And that's it on CoreTV News in this hour. Thank you so much for watching. I am Nena Nyama. Good evening.